Yes.
I got my drink.
Got my blue hat on.
Oh no. Hold
No.
on.
Uh,
Groovy.
Yeah, Groovy, come on. Work with
Come
me
on,
here.
Groovy. You got it, buddy.
Going for a bit of a reveal, Groovy. You're kind of killing it. There we go.
No, wait. I realized I'm a fool. Because I forgot that with my new stream as it's set up, to remake my Dungeons and Dragons one. So I need to create a Dungeons and Dragons screen real quick. Things that you don't think about. Because right now it's like Duel Links. Which I do love me some. I do love me some Duel Links, don't get me wrong.
Oh my god.
However, not quite what we're going for right now. Window capture. Go. Put that in the centrob. Alright, that goes there. And then we need our image from Master. That's incorrect. Where is it? Where is the evil? None of you guys are the evil. That's weird. Where did my evil go? Nope, that's not it. Once again, this is The Crown, for anyone wondering what music this is. Also not it. Well, no time for that. We'll just deal with it for the time being. Or at least I will. Anyways, I believe you guys know exactly how we start this whole thing. Roll call.
Hiya.
Ryan.
Mikey.
Kyle.
And Steven. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 15 of the Mole Master campaign with our favorite adventuring group, the Odd Jobs, for part 3 of our Embers of Elmwood module. Apologies to everybody who might have been wondering where we were last week. I got surgery done, and because of that, I was in no condition to DM. I had a septumplasty done, so for the first time in this man's life, I can breathe through both nostrils and I can smell the world. It's a smelly place, and I got to learn a lot of cool things. Also, like the AC in my truck is very, very dusty, and my filters need to be changed. So, thank you everybody who had patience for that. I very much appreciate it. When we last left the Odd Jobs of the city of Mulmaster, after gathering various bits of information and research from the likes of Zora Colkin, Mixie, and the likes. Two of our adventurers, Rory and Jove, headed off into the Zent ghetto to see if they could gather any more knowledge and find any clues tying the shack that the young Stowe and Mixie had almost burned to death in, and the strange temperature fluctuations and ever-growing heat in the city of Mulmaster. After successfully finding their way back to said burned-down shed, Jove scrounged around kind of the still burnt-down, unmoved, charcoaly bits of the shack, finding a necklace in the shape of kind of a bowl with a little top out of it. I believe if I scroll up, I posted, yes, the shape of this. With some strange wording on the back of it, that in a language that Jove nor Rory spoke. After finding this necklace, the two of them were beset by a group of orphans asking for coin, with more and more orphans getting closer and closer, surrounding the two of them, but also avoiding a strange building not far off from the shack. Something that looked like it at one point had been boarded up, but while the orphans seemed to scurry out from every sort of back alley and building in this area, they were keen to avoid this building, Jove noticed. Rory, thinking fast at the potential problems that being accosted by this many orphans could lead to, took a handful of gold coins and threw them out to the orphans, allowing Rory and Jove to escape the Zent ghetto from a group of orphans. On the other side of the city, Jasper and Freddy both began to make their way to their own kind of evening devices before regrouping with with Rory and Jove, getting the party together to go investigate a place called the House of Suffering, a hospital and hospice where the poorest individuals of the city go to receive alms and aid from a group of Ilmateri, followers of Ilmater, over in one of the poorest districts of the area, not far from the South Road Keep, which, for those of you wondering, is over here. There, the party put their thinking caps on as they counted a number of City Watch guards who lazily began to watch people go in and out of the House of Suffering. 2 guards at the front and 2 guards on the inside. The party used a bit of disguise, a disguise kit to make Jasper look as if they'd very much needed aid from the Ilmateri, and were able to casually walk into this small hospital. There, one of the Ilmateri, only referring to themselves as brothers and sisters, began to look over Jasper's fake wounds, immediately recognizing that it was a disguise, and asked the party what their intentions were here. The party was rather forthcoming about their goal to retrieve the burned victim from Elmwood and to deliver them to a safe place to avoid them disappearing into the custody of the Hawks that have a known reputation of, once the Hawks have you, likely no one's going to see you again, disappearing in the official capacity. The Ilmateri turned to Rornak, looking to see if their words were true, of which Rornak, as a follower of Ilmater, gave his word that their intentions were pure. The Ilmateri assisted the party, providing them a litter to carry the woman across the city, and I believe with a good use of a sleep spell and assistance from the Ilmateri, they were easily able to transfer this woman onto the litter and escape through the back door of the House of Suffering onto the streets of Mulmaster. As they made their way across Mulmaster using many of the back alleys and going through some of the poorer parts of the city, not many individuals batted an eye of masked individuals carrying an unconscious woman across the city. It wasn't until the hurdle of going from the kind of poor to middle class area to going to the upper class area of Mulmaster, where many of the blades and other kind of nobility of Mulmaster reside. With a singular street blocking their path, the party attempted to continue to carry this woman to Zora Culkin's estate, but not before being stopped by some of the soldiery, the elite fighting force of Mulmaster. There, a brief altercation happened between the party and a soldiery soldier, getting the name of Freddie Lapp and looking into who this individual was, proclaiming that they are working for a Zora of some sorts. With the show of the cloak's medallion, the matter was put to rest, at least for the time being. The party successfully makes their way across this major road, entering onto the Culkin estate. The Culkin estate showing clear signs of having not been in use for quite some time. Many of the furniture, and whilst a fine mansion in its own rights, are covered in dust and other coverings to show the lack of use and the fallen nature of the House of Culkin in comparison to the grandiose nature of such Zors like the Gosses. There, the party, Rornak specifically, used Hands of Mercy to provide some healing and to bring this burned woman back to consciousness. However, her burns were extensive, showing that at least half of her body, showing at least second-degree burns, if not more. An eye most definitely lost due to said burn marks, and the woman awoke to screams of pain and anguish, talking about fire and ash before once again succumbing to unconsciousness due to the sheer pain of the experience of waking up. The party, on the request of Zora Culkin, stayed for the evening, doing some research in her rather impressive library on the bottom floor, learning that the cult that they had run into, this one specifically, with ties to a dwarf with the beard of flame and the amulet that Jode have discovered, to be worshippers of Ivix, an archelemental of fire, the elemental prince of fire, a being of great flame that exists on the realm, the elemental realm of fire. Learning this name sent chills down many of the party's spine, as this is the second encounter they've had with a group worshipping these powerful, malevolent archelementals. The party went to bed down for the evening, having plenty of ample rooms and space to stay at the Culkin Manor, with Jasper preparing to leave into the evening to return back to her own estate to continue the ruse of Jasper Lapis. However, as Jasper began to gather her affairs, the sound of a door breaking, horses screaming out, and the smell of smoke and fire began to hit the party. The party rushed into the main foyer of the manor and found a carriage had been driven straight through the front doors. As the horses continued to panic, serpentine creatures made completely out of flame began to snake their way across the floor, burning up tapestries and other pieces of furniture as the party moved into action. Jasper and Rory, being the fastest of the odd jobs, each engaged with one of these creatures, with Rory having a very difficult time fighting against a being made only of fire, finding that mere fists were less effective than usual means. However, Jasper, with the battle axe at her side, a magical one at that, was able to make quick work of one of these. Running back into the same library that they just spent researching, found a group of these cultists setting the library aflame, one particularly with eyebrows made out of fire. Coined the term browser, which I'm still gonna keep running with. Browser and the cult began to descend upon Jasper as the rest of the party began to enter into the fight. A very brutal fight followed afterwards, with Jasper nearly being burned alive after falling victim to a whole person, and the vast majority of the party finding themselves very close to becoming unconscious as more and more of the Culkin Manor begins to light, with our very own Rory being dropped to 0 hit points with his continual fight against this fire snake, as we will refer to it. However, the party, with an absolutely devastating critical Zephyr Strike from Jove and good use of the sleep spell from Freddy, was able to at least salvage the fight against the cultists, with the spear point driving deep into the two browser. A final word of regards to Imix was uttered before the cultist leader's body exploded in a hail of fire. However, with some good rolls and just enough health, no one was knocked unconscious or put into an even more precarious situation. However, as we return back to our adventures, we are still in initiative. Moving down the lines, we're going to start this off, however, with Rornak. Could you please roll me a death saving throw?
That is a fail.
That is
So
one
that's-
failure.
I believe that's one apiece, right? One success.
One success and one failure.
Yeah.
So, I believe we aided it on that one. So, going back to the top of our initiative. Here we are. Yes. Yes. The top is Jove. Jove, you have successfully avoided the worst of this individual exploding into this fireball in front of you. Jasper looks absolutely ravaged by the flames. You can see part of her hair, even with the mask, has clearly been burned. Many of her current attire burning off, with the armor really being what is held up best. Many of the bookshelves in here have already been put to the torch, and with the dryness of the parchments and the age of the Culkin Manor, this room is quickly becoming an inferno. What would you like to do?
So first off, Jove is going to use his bonus action and command Aquila to go upstairs. And I think how I imagine that he's kind of communicating this to her is not so much in words, but almost as like a POV, like from Jove's perspective of him thinking of you need to walk upstairs, and you know that the Zora is on the right hand. So pretty much trying to quickly command her to run upstairs and evacuate everyone she can. So Jove will assess the situation, see that everybody is on their feet, and he's going to start making his way out of the room first, because he acts first on his turn. So I've got 25 feet of movement. What happens when I get out of the library?
You get out of the library, and where do you head towards? Kind of the front. If we pull up our maps, so the library is on the bottom floor, number 5.
Yes.
So it's in this back right. So are you making a left? Or are you going straight across? Kind of where are you oriented at?
So Jove will be taking a left because in his mind right now he's like, we need to get the Zora out of here. So he's feeling the need to go upstairs. So he's gonna start hooking around, I guess, left and moving south, I suppose, towards the doors.
Yes, you make your way out of the library, and as you enter back in, you see that same kind of carriage that had some strange-looking cages that are now flung wide open. The horses are still there, panicking even more, trying to pull this broken carriage. Of course, they're locked in. The wheels of it have clearly been broken off, as now you're seeing tons of the tapestries that were hanging in this kind of main hall are taking light. The worst of it coming from room number 4, off to the right. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you come across.
That is going to be for 13.
13. Yeah, between the fire and the smoke, you do not currently see Rornak at this time. So you begin making your way up the stairs.
Beautiful.
If that is where you are intending to go.
Yes. And since he kind of sees that, he'll go ahead and use his action to dash. So he'll do another 25 feet to get himself up the stairs if he can.
You can, indeed. The fire has not spread as bad to the second floor. However, the smoke is starting to get incredibly heavy at this point, as it's rising and catching, and now many of the banners that are with eye level with you, even with your vertical challenges that you possess as a halfling, the air here is thick and heavy. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
That is going to be a 7.
A 7. You take 1 point of fire damage from smoke inhalation. And you take that, running as you do at full to get up these stairs. You breathe that in and feel the smoke and the fire burn at your lungs.
At this point, do I see? Well, I guess there's a lot of smoke. Would I be able to command Aquila to the right room at this point? Because I saw the butler take the.
Oh yeah, you room. Already you know where the woman and where Zora Kolkin's room both are, so it'd be easy enough to direct Aquila to it.
Beautiful. Well, then Jove will end his turn at the top of the stairs, and then Aquila has 80 feet of movement to go from the library to upstairs where I was.
Yeah.
But she's got an extra 30 feet on me.
Yeah, she is in fact able to go past you. So you want to send her, I believe, to Zora Kolkin's room?
Yes.
Yeah, she is able to get to the doors of it just fine. They're currently shut. They do have the classic kind of door handle where you can turn it and everything. However, Aquila doesn't have thumbs.
Yeah.
So she is at the front of it. It doesn't, at least Aquila doesn't sense any like fires burning in there from her senses, but she's able to make it through there just fine. Would you have Aquila roll a Constitution saving throw?
Certainly. She got a nat 20.
Oh yeah, Aquila being low to the ground and maybe her own kind of draconic resistances kick in. She has no trouble moving past you. Doesn't seem to be bothered by the smoke in the slightest.
And then just to wrap up my turn, can I just take a free action to yell out, Zora Kolkin, we need to go now.
You do.
Beautiful. And that will end my turn.
All right, Freddy.
Yeah, so I will also start to run up. Actually, I think I used all my spell slots. I'll go over to Jasper and make sure she's okay.
Yeah, and as described, you see the same exact situation.
Yeah.
No need to reiterate that.
Yeah, she looks super duper really bad. So she accepts your help.
Okay, let me see if I have. Come on. My inventory, a health potion. I think I do. I think I might have used it. Yeah, I think I used it earlier. Okay, I don't have one. So, yeah, I'm just gonna stay with her. Unless there's anything else. I don't really have anything upstairs that I desperately need to get to.
Gotcha. Which takes us to Jasper.
I think she coughs to Freddy. Where the hell is Rory?
I don't know. I think he's over there somewhere. Should we go check him out?
You go check him out. I'll try to find us a way out of here that isn't through a broken carriage.
All right.
But she probably lets you help her to like. Actually no, she needs to run. Dom, on this map.
Oh, how?
Is that a back door? By number 2.
By number 2. 1, 2. That is indeed a back door.
I think, assuming it's not totally on fire, I think Jasper's gonna try that one.
Yeah, it opens up. It's locked, but on the inside, so it's easy enough just to get that right on open. And with your superior movement speed, it's easy enough to get there. You open it up, and there's that as air from the outside moves inwards and such, and you can feel that you were hoping it would feel cooler outside because it's an inferno in here, but it feels just as hot. But the door is open, and this room itself, while it does have like a grand piano in it, there's a large hearth. It's decorated, with trappings of wealth and all that kind of good stuff. This room, for the time being, is not on fire. However, you can see that library is, will be gone in the fastest amount of time. As you can see shelves and shelves and shelves of these books, once filled with fine books and tomes, are now a just light show of different fires.
Yeah, I think Jasper turns back around to start helping people out, but when she, turns back to see so much of the building burning with what just happened to her, I think she freezes up and stays there for now.
Gotcha. All right. Rornak. Mon frere. Give me another one of them death saving throws.
Yeah, alrighty. Oh, that's a nat 20!
That's stable.
We are stable. We're not up, but we're stable.
Yes. Somewhere in this burning building, Rory's chest stops moving for just a second before, ever so slightly. So you're currently stabilized. You are not conscious, but we no longer need to make death saving throws for Rornak.
Cool.
All right. Nat 20 for the save.
I know. The clutches roll.
All right, back to the tippy top with Yov.
Do I have enough movement to get to the door?
To
Oh,
Zora
Zora?
Colkins? Yes.
Then can I try and use like the back of my spear to do the latch on the door for the purposes of not burning my hand?
Yes.
Is
So you,
it
and you, and it opens on up, and inside is a beautiful room, a bit older looking than you were anticipating, but it has kind of the large canopy bed in it, um, a fine desk, wardrobes, all the furniture is beautiful if not older looking. And inside on the canopy bed, you can see Zora Colkin dead asleep still.
wow? Okay. He is going to use thaumaturgy to make his voice 3 times as loud and yell, "Zora Colkin, we need to get out of here now!" And just really try and boom his voice as big as possible.
Uh, you yell as loud as possible. Like you can see part of the canopy of the bed begin to shift. No response.
Okay, he is going to bonus action to give Aquila the ability to use an action to like, I don't know if you want her to like grapple. What I'm intending to do is for her to go up and grab her and try and drag her off the bed and start dragging her.
Go ahead and have Aquila make an athletics check.
Yeah.
And can I have Jasper and Freddy both roll perception?
Sure.
What it?
Ugh. Passive is mine.
Yeah, you're still kind of stuck in your moment right now. Looking back into this, you don't see there aren't like other people running through there. I mean, it seems mostly empty, but especially if you're by that door, you can see just the flames getting larger and larger, kind of from that front room. And you, Freddy?
Passive 11.
Passive 11. With passive of 11, because Joe's voice is 3 times as loud, you do hear from upstairs, "We need to... Zora Colkin, we need to get out of here now!" What's that athletics check, Aquila?
15.
15? Yeah. Aquila begins to pull the currently still unconscious Zora Colkin out, and you see her whole body poof, get pulled off the bed, and Aquila can move half of her movement speed with Zora Colkin, pulling her basically, by like the shoulder, kind of scruff of the neck. Just, it's weird. You've never seen a Drake kind of like gum something. You can almost see the scales kind of going like over her kind of maw, like you're trying to gum something, to not pierce through. And with the surprising amount of strength, begins to pull Zora Colkin. And even though she's being pulled out of bed, dragged, hitting the ground, you can see the smoke is now starting to fill this room as the door has been opened. This room itself is not on fire, making no response to it.
One last perception thing before I surrender my turn. Was there a window in this room?
In this room? Yes, there are a number of windows in this room.
Good to know. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I would say that Aquila uses, her. So if it's half movement, so she uses her 20 feet to make her way towards the stairs, and that's me.
Yep. You, Aquila, and the currently unconscious body of Zora Colkin are all kind of at the doorway of this. So, moving down the line is Freddy.
So I go out looking for Rory. Then I go to where I last saw him fighting, which would you believe is where he went down.
Would you believe? Yeah, you make your your way over there, and in front of the room, splayed out on the floor, chest barely kind of going, breathing in and out, you can see the unconscious body of Rornak.
Rory, I know it was an exhausting fight, but that doesn't mean we have time to sleep. The place is on fire. We gotta get out of here. Come on, let's go.
No response. Just
You fucking heard Jove. He says we gotta get out of here now.
no response.
I don't know what to tell you.
My favorite comedy routine between Freddy and Rory.
Killing
Yes.
it.
Good cop, dead cop.
Oh no.
God, this is a classic.
Funny man and dead banana.
Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin's got nothing on this.
Anyway.
Anyways. Anything else from you, Freddy, at this time?
No.
Uh,
I'm just gonna keep trying to get him up and get him to his feet so I can head towards where I saw Jasper go.
Speaking of Jasper, it is your move. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's try wisdom. Let's check real quick. See where she's at. She just barely makes that, so she's gonna start heading towards where she saw Freddy go, since he hasn't returned from there yet.
Yeah, and you've got a straight shots. So you can see as you begin heading into the main hall, towards the entrance, you can see Freddy is standing over Rory on the floors. You heard him what he said, and said scene plays out as you make your way towards there.
She goes over to the clearly unconscious Rory and kind of picks him up. And I assume I don't have any movement left.
Yeah, you get there and you're able to grab, get underneath Rory's arms, and he is out completely. You can see all across kind of his body in various places these tendrils almost of burn marks across his clothing and other places. You can see that scarring is very present on his skin right now. Between the long lines of scarring across his body and these new kind of snake-like burn marks across him, he's more red than green right now.
Nice job finding this one, Freddy. Could you go upstairs and find the rest?
Sure thing, boss.
And you begin to pull Rornak towards the back exits of the Culkin Manor. Rory, you're still unconscious, so we'll move back up to Jove.
All right, so Joe's at the head of the stairs, so he is. I forget. I'm looking at the map right now on the top floor.
Yes.
Which one did the injured person get?
Number
put
3.
in? Number 3?
Yeah, so it's the one right across from you.
Beautiful. Okay, so what Joe is going to do is he is going to use thaumaturgy yet again, except this time he is going to make that door fly open. And
Whoa.
yeah, unless it's locked, then it won't fly open.
You use thaumaturgy and it does not open, for it is
Oh
locked.
no!
Yikes. Okay.
So you go and you push that energy, it's like you're trying to shout this door open, basically. And you feel the door, it definitely moves, boosts, but there's no roda to it, as you hear the sound of a...
Not fun.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that Zora Colkin is just in her night attire, right? Doesn't have her
Yeah.
key ring on her.
No. She is currently. She's actually not in her night attire. She's in the same exact clothing she was as she left. That kind of really nice mascalier, that kind of vaguely agricultural kind of look to her. Would be. It's kind of a blend between like overalls and a power suit put together. Very folksy, but very, very nice. But she's still in those same clothing. She doesn't look like she switched into night clothing at all.
And I'm guessing that we don't see the butler and the 2 guards.
You do not see them.
All right. So then I'm going to bonus action to have Aquila dash, and then I really what I want is just to kind of combo. Actually, at this point, fuck it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna bonus action to command Aquila to dash to, like, I guess use half speed to carefully move 40 feet. Move Zora Colkin 40 feet down the stairs, and Jove will maybe take a couple of steps down so he's not like directly inhaling smoke, and kind of take a second there. But he's gonna tell Aquila to move her down and meet up with the rest of them, or actually rather to get her as far away from here as possible.
Aquila can get with dashing can get Zora Colkin and herself to the top of the stairs, right there next to you, but cannot get down the stairs. But has returned to you with Zora Colkin. However, I do need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking that we were at the head of the stairs. So I got a 19 for Constitution.
That passes.
Okay. And do you want me to do one for Aquila?
I do.
And Aquila got a better than 19. Let's see what she get. She got a 20, unnatural.
Yeah, Aquila's having absolutely no problems existing in this environment. Zora Colkin rolled a 13, so she's doing still hasn't made any kind of motions to get up or assist or hold. She is just out completely.
Can I make an insight just to, like, Jove wants to see if he can piece together if, this isn't just had too many drinks, that maybe she was either poisoned or had her drink roofied or anything like that. Do you want me to
actually make a
roll
medicine
on-
check?
Medicine
If that's
check,
if that's Jove would, if Joe came to that conclusion, medicine is what you're looking for.
Well, booty at that. I got a 5.
Yeah.
Man, she's asleep.
She's real drunk.
However, it's weird because you remember specifically that she didn't ask for anything in her drink like that. That she didn't have any alcohol. That's the thing is, you're looking for signs of alcohol, and even with that poor roll, she doesn't have any signs of alcohol.
Interesting. Okay, so the wheels are turning, but he's not quite there yet.
Yeah, you're not sure the cause, but even with the 5, you would expect her to be reeking at this point, to be out like that, and it all kind of comes together of, wait, she asked specifically not to have anything in her tea. She doesn't smell like alcohol. She's not waking up. You're not sure what's wrong, but something's wrong here.
And just so I have the picture clear for myself, we have Aquila and Zora Colkin at the top of the stairs, and then Jove is still kind of making his way towards the top of the stairs, correct?
You could be at the top of the stairs. That's where I assumed. You've got your full movement, so you can head down the stairs if you want. You can stay there and begin to assist Aquila if you want to stay there. But you've got your full movement. You haven't used any of it.
Gotcha. So I am at the foot of the stairs at this point. So he is going to yell down and say...
Are you at the foot of the stairs or the top of the stairs? Because if you're at the foot of the stairs, You would be yelling. You wouldn't be
yes,
yelling
we're
down.
at the top of the stairs, yelling down.
Thank you.
Yes, top of the stairs, yelling down, not with thaumaturgy, but still just yelling and saying, "The injured woman's room is locked." And yeah, pretty much at that point, he'll ready himself for some fucksty shit coming from a butler. So yeah, so we got Jove preparing himself, and then Aquila is going to be progressing over the next turn, bringing her down the stairs, and that is my turn.
All right, ready.
It's me. I'm going to go up the stairs.
Would you like one big stair, a couple of medium stairs, lots of small stairs?
I'm gonna hopefully get to the top of the stairs, yeah?
Yeah.
Jove, this is kind of more of a mole master thing, but a lot of times when you encounter a locked door, your best option is just to kick it down. I know that some city folk like to use fancier things, but if it works, it works. Have you tried kicking it down?
Bad idea.
I mean, I would do it, but I'm not too strong. But I guess I might as well give it a shot. So I'm just gonna like kind of move him out of the way and center myself and go for a full-on body slam since my strength isn't great. Just really throw my body into it.
Go ahead and make me an acrobatics, because it's more
Whoa.
about blinging yourself forward.
Oh!
Is
It's a
it?
Mikey crit fail. It's a Mikey crit fail. It's a nat 20 for a 23.
Jove, you watch Freddy just kind of just the full yeet into this door. If anybody remembers that still of the Naruto Sasuke fight, where Naruto's sending the clones forward and they had that weird fish look to them, just whoo, it hits that door and it breaks forward, just opens all the way. And Freddy, as it goes through, you put your hands forward and you somersault into it, land on your feet, and peering inside. The room has no occupants.
Bum, bum, bum.
Instead, you can see a singular window is open with a line of rope attached to to the bed that goes out through the window down below.
Can I roll an investigation to see if I can like see any signs of struggle, like if this was done in a hurry, or if it was like she knew that this was gonna happen, so she just like started getting this ready around the time that she knew that they were coming.
Go ahead and roll that investigation check.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's an 18 for a 20.
18 and 20. What is happening? There are no signs of struggle in here. The rope is finely made. You're like looking around, none of the drawers are open or anything like that. You know for a fact that she didn't have any rope on her. I mean, she basically just had, patient clothes from the House of Suffering. And looking down, you follow the rope from the bed out the window, and you can see a set of wheel marks, or like I want to say cartwheels, but that sounds wrong. But it's correct. You see a bunch of cartwheels down there. It's sick as fuck. But you do see signs of what appears as if there was a cart underneath and has made its way away from the Colkin Manor. With your incredible rolls, I'm baffled by this.
Yeah. It's okay, they're about to go shit. I can feel it. Joe, we got good news and bad news. Good news, I know who our fire culprit is. Bad news, it was the person in this room. They were working with somebody, and they knew it was coming, and they got out of here before anything even started happening.
Well, shit.
And then we'll move on to Jasper.
She's gonna start,
Oh, also,
dragging.
Freddy, could you make me a
Mhm.
Constitution saving throw?
Oh, sure. This is where you have me do my shit. Okay. 14?
Yeah, yeah. You get into
Oh,
that room, and with you moving
Wow.
through the room so quickly, you get into there, and there's not a ton of smoke in here. What is going out the window. You know, you stuck your head out, got that breath of fresh air. Like, it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it's everything's turning up, Freddy, right now.
I love
3
how
rolls,
Jasper's
all
not
above
around
10.
to see it. Freddy becomes a fucking superhero or some shit.
Hey, I'm a superhero all the time. Listen, never
That's
not in superhero mode.
Go big mode, and big mode
Go
was
big
made.
mode.
So
God,
yes,
I need to watch that video again.
yes. So, Jasper, you've currently got an unconscious Rory in your arms.
yeah.
What would you like to
She's
do?
gonna be careful with him and start bringing him back to the back door.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to, with your superior movement speed. I assume you're using your action to dash.
Yeah, assuming I don't like kill him by doing that.
No, simply carrying him underneath the arms and moving at your as fast as you can to get him out of this burning building is not going to incur extra damage to the unconscious Rory. So you're able to you are able to get to the you pull Rory out of there, and as you get out, Freddy, you see Jasper pull Rornak out, and then you look to your right, Jasper, and you see a rope hanging down, and look up and meet eyes with Freddy.
Did you do this, Freddy?
And with that, we're back to Jove.
Oh, I was muted, damn it. Why wouldn't I just use the stairs?
Yeah, Jove will enter into the room where Freddy is, and kind of assess the situation. Real quick, is there any indication that the like, I don't know what the right word for it, but like the cot that we brought her over on, is that like sitting somewhere?
Oh, the litter?
Yeah.
The litter is indeed up here.
Interesting. Okay, Jove makes note of that, and then is going to
Yeah, it's exactly where you guys left it when you brought her in.
Jove is going to kind of slap Freddy on the back, or kind of the mid low back, wherever he can reach, and kind of nod toward the window. And Jove is going to start making his way out the window. I don't think I have enough movement to do that this turn, but I will bonus action to have Aquila keep dragging the Zora towards the back window. So she'll do the excuse me. We'll do this the fucking dash action and keep moving
Wait,
towards
back window or back door?
Yeah,
back door, because she was pulling her down the stairs, so she's keeping on that, and then is going to hook around and go towards the back door.
Dum 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 dum.
Yep.
As Aquila continues to make her way down the stairs, hooking around, heading towards that back door. Job, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that is a 22.
Mm-hmm. Now that you're in this room and with the window open, looking out of it, the air's much easier to breathe.
The welcome sign. And yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Then it's Freddy.
You're muted again, Freddy.
Thank you. I wanted to look around for one more thing in this room. Did she have any other belongings other than just the thing that we carried her in? Like, did she have a bag of something?
With that really good investigation check from the last round, didn't have any bags or anything with her. What she brought her with is what she had on her, unless she
Okay.
had something keistered. Is pretty plain as it gets. Um, you don't see there's no scuff marks or it looks like the window wasn't broken open into. I mean, this is flawless. This
hmm
is with that good roll that this with her injuries at this time, so it's had to be assisted. I mean, the last
Okay.
time you saw her, she wasn't even able to stay conscious for more than a couple minutes.
Right. I just don't know if she was involved or if she was kidnapped, because that's still technically a possibility. If they managed to open the window on their own, then they could have just swooped her up. Okay, but I will. I'll I'll go through the house and I'll kind of follow up on Aquila.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw. So you make your way out to the dorm, begin heading down the stairs, following after Aquila. You have plenty of time to see Aquila thump, 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 watching as Zora Colkin is just bumping every single step down the way.
You got a 9.
A 9. Right. Take 1 point of fire damage. As you go back into the building and begin heading down the stairs, now all the tapestries that were hanging at this point, are clearly alight. The smoke is at this point filled up the entirety of the hall. It's snaking down the hallways of the second floor. It is thick, dense smoke, and it's getting just harder and harder to breathe as you accidentally inhale some of it and feel it scorch the inside of your lungs. With that, though, I believe it is. Well, you're still unconscious. So, Jesper.
She's gonna get 20 feet away with Rory and then gently drop him down and use her action to dash back to the door. Or probably more like limp back to the door. And see what she can see, which I assume is just the Zora getting dragged and
Yeah, you see
Freddy follow.
you see the body of the unconscious form Zora Colkin being pulled by kind of the scruff of the neck by Aquila. And once again, this is only the second, third time you've ever seen Aquila, and she's just full body moving this woman right now. Just
Jasper's sighs, but like her throat is so raw from the fire, like she just coughs instead.
and you can hear the slight kind of murmurs of Aquila with a mouthful, just almost like Nezuko, but draconic in whatever color Aquila is currently. Which bronze.
Bronze.
Okay, yeah, bronze currently. Bronze Aquila, just pulling the unconscious Zora Colkin closer and closer to the back entrance.
That's gonna be Jasper.
All right, Jove.
Jove is going to attempt to rappel down the rope.
All right, make me one last Constitution saving throw.
That is a 12.
12. You are able to kind of get your body out, but now you can see huge kind of waves of smoke are beginning to fill this room, exit out through the window. You can see that the fire is starting to kind of reach a critical point here. As you can hear the creaking and breaking of parts of the structures in here, you hear stuff collapsing inside of the house. Go ahead and make me, for you, an athletics check as you begin rappelling down this rope.
Nice. That is a 19.
Yeah. Snake your legs through it and do... and you're on the ground.
And then we'll use the bonus action to give Aquila the ability to dash, and she will, continue pulling Zora Colkin towards the back entrance.
Yep, and you look into the entrance. You could see Jasper kind of limp leaning against one, and then suddenly there's Aquila. And Zora Colkin and Aquila make their way out of the manor.
Beautiful. Is there? I don't know. So this is a stretch, but get me here. So can I roll a? Oh, wait, is it? We're on cobblestone, aren't we? Not like mud. Not like dirt.
You are not on cobblestone.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
So can
and Zora Colkin's kind of this is like would be the backyard, so there is bits of nature and such here. Like when I described it, 2 weeks ago, a whole 2 weeks ago, many parts of the manor have now been are kind of overgrown. Some nature's found its way back into kind of the estate. So instead of like the nice cobbled stone that you see everywhere, or even like in the gosses that have that perfectly manicured what is it called? Whatever, walkways. This is not it. There's lots of grass, and much of it is overgrown, and what cobblestone is left in the back, parts of it are cracked. So what you looking for?
Can I be looking for, I believe you said wheel tracks. Can I start trying to establish a trail? And like specifically what he's looking for is like, do these look like they are really deep tracks, meaning like that this was a full buggy of people, or does it look like, oh, this maybe only had a couple of people and they were going away for speed? So he's just trying to get some information as far as how many people they might be dealing with, if he can glean that from the tracks.
Let me ask real quick, Freddie. I assume you're just going to make your way out of the manor at this point. No need to dawdle behind.
Yeah.
With Freddie coming right after Aquila and stuff. The initiative is now broken. We'll say we're back into it with Rory unconscious, but pulled from the manor. Aquila and the Zora Colkin, the same deal. The three of you all kind of reconvene, and Freddie easily points out the tracks. And so, Jove, go ahead and make a survival check to check out these tracks.
That's only going to be a 4.
A 4. It's easy enough to see them pull. It looks like it was hastily made, but you don't have a good judge here. While it's easy enough to follow the tracks, you're not getting a good read of whether or not it was a lot of people or a couple people, whether it was for speed or for long hauling. But you do see them.
Well, folks, I think we done been betrayed. As you can tell, the Zora is out like a light here, and I was thinking about it, and when she was put to bed, she had been asking for no booze. So, did any of y'all see that butler or any of the guards?
Wait, you're telling me you didn't see Dawson on the way to Goken?
No, nothing at all. In fact, when I went into the Zora's room, she would not move. I yelled as loud as I could, and it took Aquila going up on there and giving her a little love nuzzle to at least drag her off. And I think she's going to be feeling them steps in the morning. But had we left her there, she'd been a goner. And Freddie, tell him what we found when we went up to the patient's room.
We found out that Jove doesn't know that you can just kick in doors.
I like to be respectful and try and open them before I kick them down, but yeah, I suppose just fancy stuff, you know. I don't think you break fancy stuff.
Anyways,
Sorry to go ahead.
you go. No, you go.
If when this whole attack started, Dawson said he was on his way to get the Zora, and you're telling me the door was locked to the injured woman's room. It was him.
And frankly, I don't know how injured that woman is because in that empty room, which I just repelled out of, the litter or whatever we carried her over here was still sitting there. So Dawson didn't seem like a physical specimen, if you ask me. And it's pretty difficult to get somebody on your back and repel them down. So you know,
Well, clearly he had help, Jove.
well, true. Yeah, you speak truth, but
People don't just vanish.
no.
Either way, we kind of need to vanish. We're not going to chase them like this. We need to get Rory healing. You need to take them to the cloaks, Freddy.
Okay.
And I need to go home.
Yeah. Am I like allowed just to kind of like walk out of here by myself? Because I'm kind of.
You should stay with Freddy.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I just don't want to get swooped up into something. Nice thing is that I think Zora Colkin will testify on our behalf, but she's currently unconscious, so it's a bad look. And Jasper, you're right. We need to get out of here quick, like.
Right. Well, I'll at least help you get Rory to the cloaks. And
So what's the game
we'll
plan
start
here?
to do that.
Who's going where? Who's doing what? You've got an unconscious Rory, an unconscious Culkin, and 3 of you are up.
They're both gonna need healing from the cloaks, I imagine, so all of us really need to get the 2 of them there.
How many free services do I get? Or do I get free services? What was the deal with that?
You get a free service for the day.
I
However,
get free service.
yes. However, they will definitely have to pay for a first level cure wounds. It's 10 gold pieces.
I think Jasper's gonna take one of those.
Well, Rory can't speak on that, but he can pay for it if he had to. Just FYI. But I don't know if that's a little too meta
Jasper's
knowledge.
gonna pay for his.
And just to be abundantly clear, Jove, before we leave this back area, is going to thank Aquila for her service and call her back into his body, so we're not walking around with Aquila out.
She responds with, what's the actual phrasing for this? Lux 3 aldoer, which is, you are welcome. Before residing once again to wherever it is Aquila goes inside your body, Jove. So, it seems what are you guys doing with Zora Colkin?
I think we're going to have to drag her.
Healed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jasper's already paying for Rory. Please do not make me pay for.
Yeah, no, I will. Jove will happily pay for Zora Colkin.
Do we know that she's injured? What if she's just like magically slept?
I'm sure she took some damage from the stairs at least, but
That's fair.
she probably needs an actual examination from like a professional.
Yeah.
Luckily for you guys, the Tower of Arcane Might is not terribly far away from the Colkin Manor. If we want to look on our map right now, Tower of Arcane Might is right here in the northeast part of the city, and over here, in this little broken place, is Zora Culkin's estate. So it is rather easy. As you guys are making your way there, you can see a number of soldiery members are. You can hear the whole city is now. It feels like the whole city is now buzzing between the heat and the fire and everything. You can see that a full force is coming to try to contain these flames. And as you are leaving the Culkin estate, you can see that the entirety of it is now on fire, and the flames are white hot. They're bright, so much so that it almost eclipses kind of the morning sun, as you can see just the very, very brief kind of wisp of sunlight begin to kind of peek over what is the mountain range next to you guys? The Earthspur Mountains and the Galena Mountains. So here and here, you can see the sun is beginning to peek over them. But you're able to make it to the front of the Tower of Arcane Might. You all look and smell and feel horrific, but the Golbs are there as you enter in. Freddy, you leading the way to where you are now, well versed in some of the kind of labyrinthian setup of the towers here, and enter into kind of the spellcasting services area, and you can see a number of scribes and other cloaks are bustling about, cantrips being used here and there between mage hands and other forms of prestidigitation. It's already a hustle and bustle this early in before you are asked for what services you need. So, what services do you guys all need?
What was the 10 gold one? Healing
Cure
word?
wounds.
Yes,
Cure wounds.
and if you would like, in the pinned messages for us, I have the spellcasting services screenshotted.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Da.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a cure wounds for Rory and I.
All right.
One on my feet, please. Thank you.
That is rolled a 6 and a 7 for that. So with the +2, that is 8 and 9, respectfully.
Okay. So that's 8 for me, 9 for Roy.
Rory, you come back to the Freddy Wooks that are there are begin various. It's instead of needles for this one, it's taking salves and actually going onto the skin and writing in the arcanic kind of formulas for healing on this one as it heals, and you can see some of the blisters shrink down in size. Some of them, you can see them pulling away the drainage of some of the blisters on Rory, especially towards the feet. Jasper, you can feel some of your vitality come back to. Your hair's a different story. However, there is a bit of a ruckus as some of the cloaks begin to recognize who it is that you have in tow. As you guys are kind of receiving this healing, you guys are coming through. Nevlon Dejuan makes an appearance, followed by Cloak Turgathan as well. And as these kind of healing services are being prepared and they're going through, go ahead and mark off the gold. Does anybody else need healing services while we're here, just to get it all? Freddy, you're...
Are we going somewhere before taking a long rest, or are we?
I mean, Jasper is gonna leave.
I'm just gonna go and try and nap.
Same. I'm good on spells.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think I'm good.
as that is all happening, before you're all able to make your exits, Nevlon Dishwan and Turgathin do come to you all. And Freddy, I believe a report is very much overdue, since you are currently in audience with an unconscious Zora.
Oh yeah, I guess I am, huh? Well, dude, where did we last leave off?
I believe the last time we spoke was after your foray into Fort Iron. Now you return to us with extensive burns, an unconscious Zora Kolkin, and I would bet all of the arcane scrolls in my office that they are connected to the Kolkin Manor burning down. Is that a correct assumption?
Yeah, and you should see the other guy, huh?
I think there are many people who would like to see this other man. So, an explanation, please?
Let's see. So, pretty sure I didn't do much other than we went over to the place where this one chick was being healed, and we said, okay, we're gonna take her out of the place, and then we did, and then we took her over to this Zora's house because this Zora wanted to talk to her, and so we got her there, and so we were just gonna like stay there for a bit, but then before a bit was up, uh, this group of folks, probably some kind of cult or something, just started setting everything on fire, including some people I know. And so we kind of just had to do our best to stay alive, and then just try and recover all the people and as much as we could from the house before it burned down. There was no stopping it by that point.
Nevlon Dizon begins to say something, and there's a... and the whole room gets tensely quiet. And you see all the eyes kind of look past you. Nevlon Dizon looks past you as well, as does, for the first time in quite a while, Turgathan. In fact, the entirety that you've known him actually shows what looks to be emotion and surprise at that. And as you and the rest of you all in this, as Freddy is reporting to his senior cloaks, turn over and you see an individual has appeared into the room, standing next to Zora Kolkin, who currently is on one of kind of the cots of inspection here at the Tower of Arcane Mites. You see this individual in this large mask, finely made with what appears to be almost completely made out of platinum. The smell of incense and perfumes fill the room. Long lights, almost kind of floating in the wind style hair, old by any metric, and long, almost skeletal like fingers coming underneath. And you hear kind of this hushed quiet as this individual opens up a spell book and, like, removing like a top layer, like once you've like glued over something, you can like remove the glue layer of it, like from your hand, almost like pulling that from the book and then reaching over to Zora Kolkin and doing the same. He places a hand over her face, and you can see from her mouth is the color of that tea you saw her drink earlier, but you can see mixed in is almost this spiral of like inky black as he pulls back and places it into a vial nearby, caps it, and very quietly says, "Good morning, Zora Colkin. I hope our hospitality at the Tower of Arcane Might is up to your standards." And you see Zora Colkin's eyes open up to a fair bit of coughing. As you see that same kind of process as he pulls from this book and then places his hand back over Zora Colkin. She breathes in and out, and it's like he's extracting all the smoke and other impurities from her body. You, Freddy, would recognize this as Senior Cloak Rastelshawn. If for any of us who don't remember, that is the head
the
cloak.
big chief.
Yeah, he is the cloak. She coughs for a moment before. Cloak Rastelshawn. It's been a very long time since I've seen you last. The pleasure's all mine. Now, I'm sure we have much to talk about. But I believe a conversation with your saviors is in order. He looks to the rest of you and makes his way over, and the smell of the perfumes is overpowering. Could I have all you guys make a perception check?
Oh shit!
Whoa.
1d1.
For a 19.
What? We both got 19.
That's a
Wow.
passive 12.
I know my perfumes.
I got
And
21.
I by proxy no perfumes as well.
By proxy.
Family thing.
Joe, what was your perception check?
21.
21? Yeah. Rory, you can't smell anything but what smells like smoke. The rest of you, while you also smell like smoke, underneath the kind of perfumes is this kind of stench. And you almost didn't notice it, but now in such close proximity, the air feels like it gets just a couple degrees colder. And there's just this smell of almost like embalming underneath of it.
From Rastelshawn.
From Rastelshawn. He pauses you for a second before he quietly says, "Hello, I'm Senior Cloak Rastelshawn. May I have the pleasure of our good Zora saviors?" I meant to phrase that as may I have the names of the saviors of Zora Colkin. As he looks to you all.
Jasper.
Well, I'm Freddy. I'm actually a cloak. So Rastelshawn, it's pretty nice to meet you. I've heard you're a pretty big deal.
Correct on all accounts, Jasper. Freddy.
My name's Joe Featherfoot of Featherdale. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
A halfling. Peculiar, but a noticeable change of pace. And you, a Githrazai.
His name's Rory, actually.
Githrazai is not a name, it's a race. A peculiar one, especially in Mulmaster.
You know about the Gith?
I know many things, of many races. But we are not here to talk about
such interesting matters. Thank you for your services today. The Brotherhood of the Cloak is dutifully impressed. Saving Azora is no small feat. Cloak Freddy, what is your current rank?
Currently, I'm a rank 1.
Your medallion, please.
I readily hand it over.
You see, with a long, slender finger, carves a second numeral into it, another line,
Oh, shit.
A.
Noise.
and places it back. Very impressive work.
Part of me wanted you to say that he just chucks it out the window.
Fuck you, bro.
I don't fucking need
Idiot. This
You
bitch
caused him a lot
empty.
of trouble. You're smuggling people from area to area, giving the cloak's name, and now you're bringing fucking burnt Zoras into our building. Get the fuck out of here.
AU, where that goes down.
Mhm.
Our next module. But
The
with
gang gets arrested.
the gang gets arrested.
There was a small chance of that being the outcome when we came here, but I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah.
that wasn't what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He returns the medallion to you, and you can see there are now, like Roman numerals, 2 lines on the front of it. Congratulations, Cloak Lap.
My thanks, sir.
No thanks needed at all. I believe today the cloaks thank you. So, I, Rastalshan, and the cloaks, thank you and your companions for securing the safety of one of our finest Zoras. I believe you call yourselves the Odd Jobs, am I correct?
Yeah, I came up with that name. It's pretty good, right? We do odd jobs around town.
And you can see Nevlon, you look over and see Nevlon DeJoan and kind of puts a hand to his temple, looks slightly down. Cloak Turgathan, you actually see a little bit of color go to his face in those remarks. However, Rastalshan, just the eyes meet, and there, that kind of icy green that peer out from the mask, and they meet yours, and I'm sure it's exceedingly clever. We will speak soon enough, Cloaklap. I expect great things from you now. I will be assisting Zora Kolkin. Would it be presumptuous of myself to ask that you, the Odd Jobs, continue this investigation and bring whatever culprits dare to place such a Zora in harm to the light?
I wouldn't say presumptive. I feel like that's what we were gonna do regardless if you asked us. So now I guess it's a mission, huh?
A mission indeed. Zora Kolkin, when you are feeling up to it, please return to my quarters. We have much to catch up on. You found yourself a very capable group. Even here in Mulmaster, despite your distaste for our city. And Zora Kolkin cracks this kind of sheepish smile that makes her look about 20 years younger. And just, yeah, it would, you're right, Rastalshan.
And as quickly as he appeared, there's another and Rashtlashan apparates from your view.
That was pretty cool, right, Nevlon?
Yeah,
You just, you
Cloak.
just kind of came over and started talking to us like we were just like normal folk. He's a pretty cool guy. Don't make him seem like this like high and mighty dude, but he's pretty cool. He's pretty chill.
He's the most accomplished spellcaster in all of Mulmaster. Cool is an understatement. And you can see that Turgathan's face has just turned more and more red during this, and silently turns in just this incredible stiffness, and then exits out through the door. I believe that's enough for now. Your companions, of course, may make use of our facilities if they need to rest. But I believe an excuse from classes until you come to the conclusion and make good on Rashtlashan's requests should be in order. Congratulations, Cloak Lap. I will
Right,
go
thank
be
you, and I
riding
must
my
say
own
I'm pulling up. I was really looking forward to that next history and magic lesson. It was just gonna be a barnstormer.
Uh-huh. As Nevlon Dejord just kind of pulls at the mustache and almost kind of like in a daze, makes his way out through there, and you're left with whatever other cloaks and, scribes and other individuals have just fallen just completely silent, as it is now the party in Zora Kolkin, and it's just that kind of dead space in the air as no one's entirely sure what to do or what to say yet, and some of your peers are looking at you in awe, some of them in just total just appalled by the situation, others are just confused. It's a silent shit show, and you're getting to see all 7 signs of universal expression all at once.
Well, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I would. I mean, if it's offered, I wouldn't mind staying in such a nice place for a couple hours as I wind down here. I mean, if it's offered.
You
To
could
be honest,
look over in some of the cloaks. They just everyone just kind of nods their head as they slowly begin to get back to whatever it is they were doing before you walked in.
Real quick though, before we split, can Jove approach the Zora?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jove will do so, and I don't know if she's like on a table or anything, but he's gonna be a little presumptuous, and he's gonna kind of put a hand out, and if he can touch a shoulder, do something like that, he's gonna go for it, and he's gonna say, "Well, I'm glad to see that you're okay, Zora. I know you must be mighty confused about what just transpired, but we'll get to the bottom of this. But I just need you to know, as hard as it may be to hear, that we've got every reason to believe that Dawson betrayed you. Yeah, he poisoned you, and if it weren't for that platinum masked fellow before, I don't know what we would have been able to do to bring you out of it. But glad to see that you're safe."
She doesn't make really any motion when she kind of put the hand on the forearm, and she just, that kind of sheepishness is now turned to just kind of shock and disbelief, as I don't understand. Dawson's served me and my family his entire life. He's been at my side I mean, as long as I can remember. I still don't understand.
Do you think it's possible he was impersonated?
I sure hope so. I just don't. I don't know what's left in my heart to watch not one but two of my homes burn into nothing. I don't know what to say.
There ain't much to say in situations like these. I was in Flan when it was taken, and while that's not my home, it was a place I enjoyed mightily. I know it can be hard to see something you love torn asunder. Unfortunately, I think Dawson took to heart Mulemaster's motto too closely. Took what he could when he could. I'm sorry that you were on the receiving end of that. But even if we hadn't been asked, ordered, I'm not quite sure what it was, but if we hadn't been asked to follow this trail to its end, we'd be doing it anyway. So we'll figure out what brought Dawson to that, even if it's not an answer that is fulfilling as one might hope. But you probably should rest now, as we all should. It's been a hard night.
Yeah. She kind of turns over and kind of her cot and just kind of pulls herself into herself and goes quiet.
Hey, insight something, DM?
What are you trying to insight?
I'm trying to pick up if she has any fear of being in here. Like, if she seems scared that she is in the cloak tower.
Go ahead and roll insight.
Ooh, that's a 21.
Definitely not fear.
Okay.
Gauging her interactions with Rastoshan, it was the equivalent of kind of starstruck, like many of the individuals. It does come to mind with your insight that she did used to be a cloak. Gave it up when she became head of the household. So it's probably rather nostalgic to be in here, and also a lot of melancholy being back here. Couple that with a deep personal betrayal and a second burning of the place that she lives at, even if Mulemaster's to her distaste. You are surprised that she's even able to speak to you. It's a lot of personal devastation all at once.
Certainly. Jove makes note of that and starts asking around for a place to sleep.
There are plenty of cots and such in here, and they easily just point out to whichever one you want. Jasper, yes.
When Jove goes to go find himself a place to sleep, Jasper will quickly kind of put a hand on Rory's shoulder and just say, I'm glad you're still with us.
Yeah, well, I'm certainly happy to be here too. I went off thinking I would prevent the place from burning down, but it seems like that wasn't quite enough, so I guess I'm just glad that we're all out of there in the end.
Yeah, I made some bad moves trying to keep the same thing from happening, so I understand. I'll catch you in a little bit. Do you mind if I leave my stuff with you here?
Yeah, isn't most of your stuff even back at my place right now? I mean, either way, I'll look over it. Don't worry.
Thank you. And she goes to speak with Jove real quick. And says, I'm gonna need you to set up that meeting with Ilva sooner than I expected. Just tell her that your friend who carried Sebastian out of that burning tent or building or whatever has an offer for her, and you could set that up somewhere private. I'd appreciate it.
Certainly, Jasper. I'll pass the message along.
Thank you.
And get some rest. Uh, I could tell that was a tough battle on all of us, but you took the brunt of it. So it takes some real bravery to be the first one to run into the inferno like that. So don't go thinking that wasn't unnoticed.
I appreciate you running in after me.
Well, somebody got you.
You're a good man, Jove.
Well, I'm a halfling, but I'll take the compliment.
Yeah. I'll catch you later.
And Jove just gives gives Jasper just that type of smile that only halflings can have. The smile that just brings you home, even though that we're both covered in soot and it's shitty right now. Just that warmth. Jove really digs deep to display that for her.
Yeah, she straightens up a little bit and walks home.
So, as the majority of the odd jobs take rest at the Tower of Arcane Mites, Jasper, you make your way across the city. It's now the light is coming over the mountains to the east. The morning is upon you as you make your way. Once again, the Tower of Arcane Mites is in the nicer part of the district, so it's not a very long journey over to the Goss estate. Would you make me a stealth check as you're coming back in?
Jesus. Please. Oh, good. Thank goodness. 22.
22? Yeah. It's nice because with the light coming in from the east, typically when you leave, you go in through the west side of the estates. So it's still kind of shrouded, but there's more light for you to kind of see what's going on. You sneak through, and it's not long before you're pulling the kind of chimney back, slide it to the side, sneak in, put it back into place. And you can see Kirk is sitting in one of the chairs that kind of look towards your bed, and you hear him say, "Kind of early for you. Was it kind of late for you? I can't really fucking tell."
She tears off her mask and she's sobbing, and she asks for help getting her leggings, leg equipment off, because yeah, she's quite badly burned, so needs actual help.
Lapis, what the fuck? Your
Yeah.
hair.
She through tears loosely describes what happened, but she's kind of incoherent from kind of the sobbing and yeah, grimacing from pain, so can't get a lot from her right now, I'm afraid.
So Kirk, almost uncharacteristically, helps you kind of get everything out. Goes over and part of your kind of facade, but also for practical purposes, there is an area that has different herbs and other medicinal supplies that is stocked in your room because of your constitution, which comes in handy for the line of work that you're involved in. And in darkness and silence, Kirk kind of makes a salve for your legs and some of the other harder hit areas. You can see kind of towards your ribs on one side where one of the torches hits you especially hard. Has some burning there, and as Kirk kind of helps you into bed and to begin sleeping, he takes the mask, and puts it over your head, and it forms your likeness, but without the rather noticeable marks and such. And listen, we're gonna need to talk when you get up, but that can wait.
Thank you, Kirk. I have a plan. It'll be okay. I just need some rest.
Yeah, okay. And it is not soon after that you find yourself in a deep, dreamless sleep. At this point, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. Let everyone go re-up on drink snacks and use the bathroom. So we're going to go to a quick intermission. See you guys in 5 minutes.
Might still be waiting on Ryan.
Yeah, I don't.
I think so, yeah.
Excellent. All of you have a very deep slumber after this, getting the a long rest out of the way. When you all finally wake on your various points, it is well into the afternoon. I mean, it's like coming home from a really long night. So at the very latest would have been maybe 8 a.m. by the time all of you hit the hay, so to speak. 8 hours later, so we'll say that it's probably 4 going on 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You all wake up to various points. We'll start over with Jasper first, while the rest of you are waking up in the Tower of Arcane Might. Kirk in the same exact spot that he was at when you went to sleep.
My heart. Yeah, she gingerly sits up. Sorry for that, shit show this morning.
You can see Kirk just kind of nods and looks to you. No mirth or smirk, just so. What's next?
I have a way to get us both out of our precarious situations that I've put us in. I've set up a meeting with Ilva, the paramour of Sebastian Stowe. I'm going to offer her a chance to live the life of Azora using this magic that Mask has given me. And that way, you won't have to cover for me. And she'll get the comfy life that she probably wants, and I can work without fear of not seeming like a lady at the end of the day.
It's not a half bad plan. But I think you're getting ahead of yourself, considering you came back in here sober and that if I didn't know your build, I might not have recognized you. So maybe that first. 'Cause, you're talking a bit in your sleep. So I gotta ask, are you going back out?
I probably should. Only because I want to put this situation to bed as soon as possible. I'm sorry for doing this.
Yeah, you keep being sorry about it. Alright, let's get you ready to go back out. We'll talk about your switcheroo and what that means for Yumi and Mask afterwards. Care about you a lot, Lapis. Please don't make this the last
Okay.
time we talk.
Going anywhere.
Just don't make any promises you can't keep.
Yeah, she gets ready and gets going.
And it's very quiet. It's just kind of this lull between you and Kirk. So he helps you get your stuff on and get you set up and goes through and cuts off.
She still is obviously wincing a shit ton with all this.
He's rather ginger. Helps clean up the edges of your hair. You know, applies
Oh,
more
yeah,
salve.
if we have time for an actual haircut. do that.
It works with an efficiency and a coolness that is very, very befitting of a dark elf, but not befitting of Kirk. There's just a Kirk's the type of person who would shake your hands with a full grip, and everything just kind of everything's too soft, everything's too delicate, everything's too ginger. There's no snide comments, just kind of a profound sadness. But he doesn't make any more comments. He doesn't point out anything, simply does his task, helps you get ready. Then you can see him take one kind of last look at you as you shut kind of the chimney behind you, and you couldn't hear him, but with just the light shining in through, as kind of the afternoon sun is sitting, you see one kind of look at Kirk, his kind of purple skin matched by equally kind of bright purple eyes, and you can kind of see that he's clearly been crying as the chimney into place, and you make your way back out to the city.
Head on back to the cloak tower, I suppose. Actually, she'd kind of assume that the others woke up before her, and she'll probably just hang out at the tavern.
The Oxpit Tavern? Gotcha.
Yeah.
The rest of you find yourself still in the Tower of Arcane Might. Upon waking, Zora Colkin is no longer in the room. There's a new stream of different cloaks milling about. A couple of them showing odd injuries. It appears that one has grown an extra finger from a spell gone wrong. One speaks, but instead of regular talking, bubbles kind of float out through the mouth instead. But it is you find yourself unaccosted. It's easy enough for you guys to get out while sore, smelling like smoke. Lungs hurt a bit, especially you, Rory. You're feeling the.
I inhaled a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a hard night of drinking a lot, like a hard night of smoking a lot of cigars. Just it feels like it got kicked right in the chest by a mule.
I think technically even that same day was when Rory was just knocking down all the Rornaks. So, that's got to be a feeling.
One part hangover, one part smoke inhalation makes for a smoky Gither's eye. Gross.
Master is not what I thought it would be in any way.
And that's the tagline for this campaign. But if there's nothing you guys need to speak about, it's easy enough to meet back at the Oxpit Tavern in kind of the late afternoon. The heat feels like it's only increased this whole time, though. Whether it be in the Tower of Arcane Might, or out in the streets, or in your own tower, Lapis, or coming back. I mean, it was hard to tell when you were, standing right next to a entire manor on fire, but besides the kind of cool presence of Rastalshan, it is miserable outside. It's miserable inside. You wake up sweaty, you've been sweaty, you're going to continue to be sweaty. It's like somebody is turning up the heat even more, and you can see that the people of Mulemaster are not having a good time about it. On your way back from the Tower of Arcane Might to the Oxpit Tavern, you count no less than a dozen fights. there are multiple people you see that are just showing clear signs of heat stroke out in the middle of the streets. There are people who seem like they're more puddle than person. There's some places where you can see actual steam rising from some of the sewer grates, as if even the the sewage underneath is starting to evaporate, and the smell is horrendous. Even on Mulemaster's worst days in the winter, at least the cold cuts it and the wind blows through. Here, it's like someone's locked you in a porta potty and then started boiling the contents of said porta potty, and you're just stuck in it. As you all reconvene at the Oxpit Tavern. Crewmeg and his staff are there, although no one moves with any sort of speed. Nobody greets you on the way in. What few patrons are there, most of them don't even finish half of their drink. The alcohol on top of the heat and the temperature of said alcohol. The city is just melting in this heat currently. But Jasper is there when the three of you make an appearance.
Well, y'all are looking better than you did last night. Or earlier today. Yeah, I don't know. My sleep schedule's a little off now.
Certainly back on my feet. Could be better, but I guess far worse.
Fucking peachy keen over here. So, is our only lead those tracks leading away from the manor?
Well, yeah. I mean, besides that, I talked to Mixie yesterday, and she seemed not so forthcoming about wanting to give information about folks that might have been involved with that, fiery cult or whatnot. But I mean, Dawson's at least is a name, and could be a lead. I could go over, talk to her, see if she's heard, hide nor hair of a Dawson fella hanging out with any of those folks. I have a feeling that she's not going to be too keen on seeing me 2 days in a row, but it's something.
I think if we're gonna follow those tracks, we should do it together just in case we get fucking jumped. But after that, yeah, you should check in with her.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like whatever, if we can pick up that trail and find out where they went, yeah, whatever's at the end of that line is not going to be happy to see us. Also, I don't know, Jasper, Freddy, you were in that room when the dwarf fella exploded. Did it look like he swallowed that amulet? Because I got one of those in my
Sure
pack right
fucking
now.
did.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. So, wow.
Actually, did I see that? I might have been health person and looking away. Doesn't matter. Anyway.
Either way, we got one of those amulets on us, and that's something. If we want to get on those tracks sooner rather than later, that's probably not a bad idea. Last time I checked in with my folks in the Emerald Enclave, it sounded like they were still poking around the wreckage over in Elmwood, but that there wasn't really much to look at besides smoke monsters coming out and with fucking with folks. I think we're lucky we didn't have any of that last night, or else we would have been even sore this morning.
DM.
Yes.
Did I see Jasper? I don't think Jasper herself investigated the tracks. But she'll ask Jove where which direction the tracks went. And then plan a route that doesn't pass the manor in order to get to whatever intersection it was heading towards.
Yeah, without going back, you don't have a great idea. Jove did not have a great look at the tracks at that time. So to follow them, you're going to have to go back.
That's not ideal. Would Aquila be able to describe tracks for you, or she's probably not any more discreet than we are?
Yeah, she
Maybe.
would have. I was just gonna say that she attracts a little bit of attention, and yeah, I think without a scent or anything like that, we might have some trouble. Might be worth. I mean, because the last time we experienced these fiery folks were down in the Zent ghetto, and Jasper, I know you've made a couple of friends down there. Maybe it's worth poking around, see if anybody came into the ghetto hightailing on a cart. It doesn't seem like many folks enter that part of town on in the back of a buggy rather than horsefoot.
That's a good idea, Jove. Let's go. Let's go do the tracks first. Let's have Freddy go up since he's a cloak. He can get a look without seeming suspicious, and then if we can't find where that goes, then I'll go check with my friends in the Zent ghetto, and you can check with Mixie and yeah, that'll be that.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okie dokie. So, whole party is heading towards Culkin Manor first.
Yeah, and we're all gonna hold back while Freddy gets the head of the trail, I guess.
Absolutely. Head from the Ox Pit Tavern over to the Culkin estate. More of the kind of same vignettes of scenes of just suffering in the Small Master heat before making it back to the Culkin estate in the northern parts of the city. Whilst the fire is no longer actively burning, there's still plenty of smoke and smoldering. You can see that the manor itself has collapsed in on itself, and there is a number of soldiery members there. It looks as if they've made a burn line from it and cut down any of the overgrown. I want to keep saying architecture, but I know that's not the word I'm looking for. What do you call architecture for lawns?
Landscaping?
Landscaping? Yeah, landscaping. It's like what do you call? I'm like, I keep thinking architecture and agriculture, and both of those are wrong. I'm looking for landscaping, the overgrown kind of the landscaping that is there. Freddy, you're the one approaching.
Yeah.
There are a
Do
number of soldiery members there, kind of keeping an eye on it. You could tell by the big actual golden M on all of their armor, not just like the patched M that the City Watch get, but an actual solid, honest to Mole Master golden M on them.
How's it going, folks? I've been sent here by Rostel Shan himself to investigate on behalf of the cloaks, what is going on with the Zora who resided here. So just seeing if I can get any information from you. If not, I understand. You got the protocol you gotta follow.
And you see one of the soldiery members turns around, and it is the same exact human male that you interacted with the night before. Ah, Fred Lapp. This time you were expected. It appears there was some truth in the words you said last night.
I've never told a lie.
Noted. Yes, Rastashan has informed the soldiery that in conjunction with the cloaks, you and the odd jobs are to be given full access to the Culkin Manor site, that we are not to impede on further investigations into What is to be claimed as a dire threat on the blades of Molemaster? You are free to examine, as well as your companions. And you can see him just gritting his teeth and just... He's looking at you, but he is trying to stare through you as hard as possible.
So, have y'all been doing any work investigating, or are you just standing around waiting for me?
We've been told not to disturb anything to hinder any investigations from the cloaks, but to maintain and quell any further destruction caused by the firebombing of the Culkin estate.
Well, then asked and answered. Well, we'll get to work then. Thanks for keeping an eye out, buddy.
You're very welcome. And he just...
And,
You
I
can
turn to
hear the
person-
armor like creaking as he turns. Just...
I turn to the party and give like a half bow.
Okay, we'll join him with his investigation then. So, looks like you made a friend there, Rory. Or not Rory, Freddy.
I have plenty of friends. I don't need another one.
So we
Alright,
got-
well, let's go look for these tracks.
Okie dokie. Give.
Nope.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, if we're gonna walk through the house, like to get to the back, could Jove poke around the library and see if there's anything left, or if it's
Oh,
just
there's
completely
nothing there,
ash?
and like to go
Nothing.
through would burn you exceptionally badly. I mean, it's not on fire, but it's
Smoldering still.
it's completely smoldering. There's
It's
smokes.
a hot building in an already hot area.
Yeah, the only benefits of being this close is that it's not humid here. It is dried out this area, and while lots of the vegetation has been cut back, at the very least, it's a dry heat.
God.
Well, then back to the tracks then.
Back to the tracks.
It's a nice Arizona joke.
That is a nice Arizona joke. So you all return back. The rope and such is not to be found. However, you do see kind of the start of these tracks. Can I get a survival? Hey.
Yeah. Who's our best tracker? He asked, knowing the answer.
Well, Jove's good at investigating, not so good at survival.
Oh my god.
I have
my
a plus
God.
2 to that if we want me to go for it.
Oh, I have a whole plus. I have a whole +0.
Same.
Jasper is gonna help Freddy. And Jove can help Rory.
All right.
Wunderbar.
Let's see it.
That's a 12. We roll that.
14.
You rolled with advantage if you have people helping, correct?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me roll that again. That's bumped up to 14. Sorry, I spaced.
Samesies.
You both each follow
Yeah.
one wheel, and in almost
We
unison.
follow the one wheel?
Yeah, you follow the
Where's
one
Ben?
wheel to roll them all.
Oh my god.
Where's Ben?
Shut up.
Stop.
So you follow these tracks, each following the kind of wheel on the right side, the wheel on the left side, and like in unison, like pondering down like an old-timey detective. You both and walk and follow and
Check for clues.
check for clues. Gross. And follow it around the outside of the manor, out down through the streets, and you can see that much of the tracks are easy to follow out through the manor. You're worried once they hit the kind of the cobblestone. However, there does seem to be almost like a little trail that follows behind them, as if they had been put in close proximity to a lot of soot and soot and dust and the likes, and there are track marks that begin to lead out into the city, heading south by southeast. They continue on for back into the city. How far do you guys? I assume you guys want to follow this until its natural end, not just they left the mana and that's it. That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Once we go halfway, that's good enough, I think.
They definitely left.
All right, make me a second round of survival as you guys begin heading into the city.
Is that still with
Oh.
advantage?
Yeah.
With ample help.
Woo!
17.
Okay. Nice. Unnat 20.
Wow.
You guys follow these kind of sooty wagon marks. Luckily, because it's so dry and humid, and there's been no rain, and no rain looks like it's coming. The streets are. It's like they've become sticky, and it's an easier task than you were anticipating. There's a couple places, especially in the busier parts, that are harder to follow, but you kind of, with the soot and everything that's on these wheels, it makes a very kind of distinct marking, and you follow it all the way from Zora Colkins, all the way down through Mulemaster, until you find yourself at the gates of the Zent Ghetto. And then once again, as you enter into the Zent Ghetto, and it becomes no longer, cobblestone, but broken cobblestone and overgrown grass and all sorts of bits of vegetation and uneven parts, you can see that it continues straight into the heart and curves off to the left, falling deeper and deeper into the Zent Ghetto. As you continue to follow it, you finally come to a stop. And while you don't see any carts around, in fact, you find bits of broken cart. What looks like a singular wheel, some side paneling, perhaps. Almost looks like somebody hastily disassembled it. And as you get deeper and deeper into the Zent Ghetto, the heat becomes more and more oppressive. Hotter and hotter and hotter. And it can feel that it feels almost like you're baking inside of the armor. It's like you're being sunburned on the inside. And Jove and Rory, you recognize, as you come to kind of the end of this trail, that same building that you saw when you first came in, not far, right across from the burned down kind of shack.
Jove, this looks the same as last time.
Yeah, I'm getting bad feelings. Hopefully we don't see any more of them orphans.
Something tells me they might know more than we thought before.
Looking at this, it's built like a small temple. All the windows and doors look like that it at one point must have had plenty of doors and windows. It might have actually been somewhat beautiful, if not gothic in nature, but have long been broken, and you can see signs of that people probably pulled off the old boards and windows and salvaged them at some point. And as you're kind of viewing this, a voice kind of pipes up behind. So, what are y'all doing back in the Zent Ghetto? You're not even going to stop by Black Blade? Get a fucking drink? Say hi? As you see the elven figure of Ekwars casually break from an alleyway nearby.
Would it be too much to assume that you saw who was riding this wagon earlier?
I may have picked up some extra coin to quickly disassemble said cot.
And what would it take to find out more about these individuals you did business with?
Probably some more coin.
More coin, or, I always speak nicest to family. You still planning on such a endeavor, Jasper?
Yeah, shit's been kind of crazy these past couple of days, but yeah, I did tell you I was gonna do that, so what do you need from me?
Well, now that you bring it up, if said individuals paid us, the family, a fair bit of gold to dispose of such a cot quickly, there may be said individuals harboring themselves in the House of Lies right over there. Quite frankly, the family could use somebody with some little vigor in their blood, so you go in there, clear all that out, and that would show quite a lot of vigor in the blood. You still thinking about what gold coin's your favorite?
Which gold coin's my favorite, is what he said?
Yeah, everyone's got a favorite gold coin. Mine's right here. And almost like snatching it out of midair, you see him flip a gold coin around his fingers, and you can see the mark of the Zenitrim in gold all the way around it.
I think I would like a coin like that.
You, me, and the whole family. But work's got to be done first, So,
Yeah, vigor in the blood and whatnot.
yeah, something smart like that. Anyways.
Well, I'll see you when I see you, Aquas.
Well, I'll be standing right here. I would not miss a show like this for nothing.
Fuck. She turns back to the party. Y'all think you got it in you today to have round 2?
I'm fresh as daisies, Jasper.
That's the plan.
Raring to go. I also get the feeling he doesn't actually want to drink with us.
Alright, well, what do we think? Hard and fast? That seems to be our strong suit.
There's a loud snorting from behind you guys.
Well,
yeah. Ignore him.
Well, if there isn't some sort of tactical advantage that our friend might know about as far as getting into the building, I think hard and fast is pretty much our only option.
Yeah, let's do I don't know. I guess we should just go in the front door and see what happens.
Well, who's going first? Because I reckon that I probably won't be in the first in line. And you know what? I rummaged this out a while back. The first time we were dealing with some fire stuff, and I feel like whoever's taking point should imbibe this. And he's going to take out from his pack a potion of fire resistance. Kind of hold it in his hand. Jasper, Rornak, I know both of you took a bit of licking from the heat last time, and I don't know a whole lot about potions, but from what I know, this helps with such a thing. So whoever's going to be up there in the mix, feel free to take this from me. He's going to put out his hand.
Jasper, faster than she would care to, like, embarrassingly fast grabs the potion. Yeah.
Well, that settles that then. Use it wisely. I don't think it lasts for particularly long.
As she looks at it and looks at Rory. Actually, if you want this, you can go. I would feel bad.
Well, I do appreciate that. I think you can go ahead and keep that one if you want. I have something of my own that I'm thinking of. And Rornak is going to finally take out the potion of growth.
Whoa.
Let's down it right now.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right. Potion of growth. Rory, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
You
You're gonna
die.
make me puke, I swear to God.
Swear to
Oh! Nat 20! Nat 20!
You puke a rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you slam this bad boy down, and doesn't have really any taste. It's easy, just foop, and for a second, nothing, and then suddenly Rornak grows to almost double his size. You're now under the effects of the Enlarge spell. With that nat 20, it lasts for 4 hours. No concentration required. Do you know what the effects of the Enlarge spell is?
Yeah, so advantage on strength checks and saves. And then that also adds a d4 to weapon attacks, I believe, right?
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
now a large Rory stands before you.
Jesus.
And Rornak takes a deep breath from under the mask and looks down and just says, "Hard and fast?"
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, so
Rornak will, yeah.
with what I assume is Rornak leading the way and the rest of you guys falling in line.
Yeah, Rornak will bust through this door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there was a door to bust through, you would have. But there are no doors or windows on this building. As you run through.
And right when we run through, Jasper's gonna take her potion of fire resistance.
You drink that, and you watch as Jasper's skin, what few parts of it are exposed, if any, turn to a bright red.
Ooh.
Jasper, it is the drink itself, though it is of fire resistance. You were expecting it to be, I don't know, spicy, hot. I mean, everything is, warm to drink right now, but as you drink it, it's ice cold. Makes your insides feel like there's ice in the veins. You feel fully awake, and suddenly the temperature around you feels incredibly pleasant. The heat of Mulemaster no longer bothers you. You stop sweating. It's very nice. Very nice. As Rory, you lead the way, you lead the charge into this former temple. Inside, it's built very much almost like a classic small church, where there's a large kind of central area. You can see that there's a few remnants of what would have been pews at some point. Pews, P-E-W-S. However, the majority of this place is completely ransacked. All the doors have been removed. There aren't windows per se as more as they're just where windows would have been had they been left by. All the nails and any metal in here are gone. The only thing that seems to be completely untouched is an altar at the back of this temple. It's as classic like sacrificial altar as you get. Like the flat stone like slab in front of it, and behind it is this kind of almost like a podium with the image of the holy symbol of Sirik, god of murder, behind, which is like a dark sun with a skull in the center of it. I can find. There's the classic image. This. And while the heat in here, to everyone but Jasper, is oppressive, there are no cultists with limbs and other facial hair or fixtures of fire seen. It's empty. Sans for this singular altar in the back.
And can Jove investigate the altar? Specifically, he's looking for anything that can be like read off of it, any markings, languages, that kind of thing.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
That is 11.
11. There doesn't seem to be any markings there or words or scripture. You do see with an 11 what appears to be scuff marks by the altar, as if something heavy is moved across kind of the stone.
Meaning moved across the top of the altar or moved like
On
in
the
front
ground.
of the altar? So, indicating that the altar can be moved?
It is an implication, yeah.
Hey, somebody come over here and help me move this thing.
On it. And Ronak will definitely attempt to move the altar there.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay. Where'd my D20 go? Would y'all believe
Your favorite
that I hulked out in real life again and it's just fucking gone?
It got
Amazing.
disintegrated.
Just
Chuck
threw it
it
down
on
onto the table and
The
obliterated
rest is
itself.
history.
Ronak, we'll sell that we'll say that I'm helping you, so roll with advantage maybe?
He already has advantage because he's enlarged.
Ooh, big boy.
Yeah, that's not the problem, y'all. I'm not joking. I rolled it off the table and I don't know where it is anymore. It's fucking gone.
Yeah, you break your hands
This is
as you're
like a
trying to
second
move this thing. Just
straight session.
You roll 2d10s, it's the same thing.
Hold on.
what?
No, wait, huh?
No, wait. That's not the same thing. It's bullshit.
Nani? Yeah,
Nani?
because then, like, you... No. That's not... No? You can't crit fail? No? Okay. Hold on. I got this, y'all.
The time Ronak was so strong, he yeeted his dice into oblivion.
Crushed it into dust in his own hand.
Dice, I will send you to the Shadow Realm.
Y'all, I really did Exodia that thing though.
Okay.
Obliterate.
I don't know where it is. It looked like it just rolled off, and then now I can't find it anymore. I don't
Wow.
know where it rolled.
20.
I've got another die right now, so pinch hitting. Let's hope that this die is favorable to me.
Oh dear. My die superstition is just screaming right now.
Throw up. Throw up.
No. It's a 17 with advantage.
Ow.
You push up against this altar and doesn't even budge an inch.
It's not moving at all.
Oh
Um,
shit.
Jeez.
Jasper do a religion check to for what she knows about Cyric.
Yeah, go ahead and
Okay, thank you. It's only a 10.
you know that Cyric is part of the Dead Three, and that Cyric is not aligned with Bane. That they were parts that the story goes that in the days before Cyric and Bane and I believe it's Vesharoon all took in the portfolios of these god of deaths. That they drew lots, and while Bane got tyranny and oppression, and Vesharoon claimed deaths, Cyric claimed murder. So they're not enemies, but they're not allies. They're the best of frenemies, if you will. But besides that, this is a Bane city. Not doesn't have a following anymore because Cyric and Bane, Cyric specifically, murdered Mystra and caused the spell plague. And when the other gods found out, Tyr and Torm, Ilmater, Mystra, and some of the other guides locked him away for 1,000 years. And that was less than 100 years ago.
Interesting. Are there any mechanisms nearby, or like levers, or?
Roll a perception. No, this would be investigation.
I'm gonna detect magic. Give me 10 minutes.
Go ahead and give me that investigation check. About Cyric, and looking into the eyes, you see the dust has been disturbed there. So you reach out and you put 2 fingers into it, kind of right where it is, and you feel as the altar moves back and reveals a set of stairs underneath.
Good thinking, Jasper.
Oh, what can I say? I have a way with gods. After you, Rory.
Will do, as Rory will take the lead. Also, important update, I found my D20, everybody. We're no longer cursed. We're
Was it in California?
Almost.
Okay.
It went towards all of my computer wires. So yeah.
Actually, let's amend that resistance. Assuming that's still active. How long have we been doing this?
Not long,
Okay. How long does the fire resistance last?
an hour.
Hour? Okay. We're okay then.
Yeah, as the kind of altar slides back, revealing the set of descending stairs, while the actual church or temple is not lit, the staircase beans.
You all die.
You all die. Go ahead and everybody roll a d20 with disadvantage, and if you roll below a 20, you die.
Jeez.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. Obtainable goals.